Hello. Okay, so I am right now trying to get these two achievements, and then as the title suggests, I'm going to be taking my time for reading the Far Cry Encyclopedia, Far Cry Handbook, however you want to call it. The achievement I'm going for right now is, and I'll show you. This fearless or stupid, dive more than 60 meters. So I had just attempted to try to do this and record this, and it's actually hard if you don't pick the right location. On the map, these dark blue spots in the water are the deep waters. So I've picked here. It should work. If it doesn't, I'm gonna be annoyed. Another thing is you want to make the deep dive serum with it's like 2 or 1 blue flowers and then 1 green flower or leaf, wherever. Yeah, hopefully I can get it. If not, I'm gonna be really upset. I'll take it now. They gave me it now? Dude, you know how long I've tried to get this. Okay, I just wanted to see what the bomb's like. And the next achievement I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna pause and show that. Low. Okay. The second achievement I want to do before I actually get to the point of this video, I want to show you for this achievement location. If you're curious and you want to know, this is where I am at right now. Look at the top right. Those are the coordinates. X 622, Y 554. I mean, that's where I am, but you're gonna see where I walk to. This outpost you can fast travel to, like I just did. This part here of the island. Yeah. So if you don't know, Far Cry 3, they made a like a teaser, I guess you can call it, for the game, and they had McLovin, the actor McLovin, and they had it was like a little teaser with the Vaas actor and the McLovin, with Vaas and McLovin. There you go. And it's a hit at the video game cover for the game. The cover art, cover picture, title, screen, menu, box art, whatever. It's a hint to that teaser they made, and it's an achievement for the game. There it is. I like how it looks nothing like any. There's three. There's 3 different people. One in game, one on the cover art, and in the teaser. None of them look alike, and they're all pretty different. What is your issue? Anyways, let's get to the achievement. Hey, say hi to the internet. Find the Hollywood star. That's the description for this mission. Jeez, got it upside down. What's better, being hanged from the neck like that, or being hanged from your feet upside down? I think I would like the upside. I don't know. I think I like the upside down. Get some blood to your brain. God knows I need that. You can hang there, relax. What now? Okay. What's a good scenery? What's a good scenery for me to start reading? I'll find a spot. Okay, interesting thought. I was actually just here trying to get the deep dive achievement. I was watching a video, and the guy, I don't know what that guy did, but I tried to get it over here. I recorded and tried to get over here, and I couldn't. I tried like 3, 4, 5 times. Anyways, you see where Dr. Earnhardt trips out, looks at the horizon. Okay. Time to start. Dang, this is nice. This looks real nice. The mountains in this game are huge, especially the ones, like, look at that. Like, outside of the map, that is sick. That's how you make a map. Okay. Let me just go over. I'm doing this because I personally want to see. Sorry, I hit my table. I personally want to see all this stuff before I finish the game. Yeah, let's just skip that. Okay. Confidential. Okay, to my fellow American, I know about your escape from Vaas camp. Go work. In the ensuing days, I will be uploading info about the island to your to your tablet. Until you need to survive, specific coordinates will be relayed to you at a later date. We will meet soon. Welcome to the jungle. So I think this is, what's his name? I don't remember his name. It's the kind of like the black guy that saved us in the beginning of the game. I think this came from him, but I guess this is just like the intro to the survival guide. People. Buck. If I've read some of these, I'm probably just gonna skip through them. I know what's Buck's problem. He grew up in a British prison, aka Australia. Bambi Buck Hughes joined the Australian Armed Forces in his early 20s, but was dismissed due to the fixation on brutality. He traveled across the South Pacific doing contract work and eventually fell in with Hoyt Volker. So he was actually with Hoyt. Citra Talgumi. Shouldn't she have the same last name as Vaas? Ain't they siblings? I always thought she was Citra Montenegro. Anyways, I never managed to get inside the main You did. I never managed to get inside the main temple, so most of my experience with Citra comes from the townspeople and their stories. They call her a warrior goddess, and she's definitely a looker. I know that she's resisted Vaas, Hoyt, and the privates every step of the way. Daisy Lee, your deceased brother Grant's girlfriend. Daisy Lee grew up in Maine before attending school in Los Angeles. She swims professionally. Question is, will that help her get off the island alive? So, Grant, our character, Jason Brody's brothers, this is his girlfriend. And Grant got popped right in the beginning of the game. Dennis, okay, I think Dennis did this. He's kind of was our guide when we first started. I love that, dude. Look how like nice Jason looks. Is that actually what Jason's supposed to look like? Do we ever see Jason's face? Why do I think we have? Wait, that's weird. I feel like, why do I know what Jason looks like? I don't think we see him in the game besides this. But in Far Cry, there's the Far Cry 6 DLC, the Far Cry 6 Vaas DLC. It shows the scene of Vaas's perspective fighting Jason before Jason kills him. You know, you see Vaas's POV, which basically illustrates the whole story point of Far Cry 3, that Jason kind of turns into Vaas. That's why I've seen it more now than I did when I first played. I didn't notice any of this when I first played, but that's why there's such a comparison now you see in the story between the two. Like before that fight, they're like switching between Vaas and Jason. Vaas even straight up says it, that he's like, I am you, and you are me. And then when you load up the game, they show like they show the figure of Vaas and then of Jason, and it's kind of switching. But Dennis, okay. From what I can gather over the wire, the man who calls himself Dennis Rogers was born and raised in Liberia. He immigrated to America at the age of 18. 10 years later, he left for reasons unknown. After drifting from job to job, he found his way to Rook Island. Oh, that's the name of this whole thing, Rook Island. or it's maybe the name of the North Island. Dr. Ehrenhardt. Dr. Ehrenhardt, a chemist, and I use that term more loosely than a halftime performance at a football game. Okay. Makes his living producing and selling drugs on the black market to pirates and privateers alike. Newspaper records shows that he left London for Rook Island after his 2-year-old daughter Agnes tumbled out the window of a 10th floor apartment. Was there something earlier in the game where like he thought, what was her name, Daisy? Yeah, he thought like this was his daughter or something like that. I don't know. Grant, good old Grant. Sorry about your brother. I know he served in the Army Reserves. His country is proud of him. Hoi! 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 Hoyt Volker. I spent decades combining... Yeah, I think this info is coming from Dennis. I spent decades combining Hoyt's dossier. Here's what I know. He runs the largest slave drug and weapons trafficking ring in the South Pacific, and he commands his private army of bloodthirsty mercenaries. He claims to be from a mining background, but there is no proof. In fact, no one knows where this guy actually comes from. Heck, pardon my French, he could even be from Colombia or a big oil company. That's a weird, like, little tad bit at the end. I don't know if that was necessary. Herc. Close surveillance reveals that Herc is a barrage captain. Direct interviews shows that despite being an American, what is that word, expat? He cannot name the last two presidents and doesn't know the words to the Star-Spangled Banner. Analysis. This is a man-child with little going on upstairs or downstairs who has been living on the island with the sole intent of going native. Oh yeah, and then there are the monkeys. Jason Brody, here we are. When you first escaped from Vaas's prison camp, I did my research. Jason Brody from Los Angeles, great grades, an athlete in college, only odd jobs after graduating. Last year alone, registered for 6 skydiving trips, 2 parasailing, 4 mountain climbing, and 7 snowboarding. You are a daredevil, huh? Father's dead. Oh, his father's dead. I forgot that detail. Father's dead. You have a younger brother, Riley, and your older brother, Grant, now deceased. Am I gonna spoil anything? No. We know this. At a certain part of the game, they try to make the narrative that Riley was also dead, the younger brother, so now both brothers was dead, and that was before going to kill Vaas. And then in not the last part, but 2 parts ago, where I did some of the main missions at the South Island, we saw that Riley was actually alive, and I guess we're kind of working towards freeing him. Keith Ramsey. Your friend Keith Ramsey, the iBanker in college. He was a member of the DKC fraternity. Did you know that he was caught cheating on several tests, but his pops bailed him out? Also, let's ignore that. Lisa Snow, is she flip? Come on, be appropriate. Come on. Alright. Your girlfriend, Lisa Snow, student council president at UCLA. Up and coming Hollywood actress, a couple of parking tickets, nothing on file. You should introduce me. I'm sure. Okay. Alright. Oliver. I forgot about Oliver. When did he get free? Oliver. Yeah, when did he get saved? Oliver Carswell? Your extremely rich friend, Oliver Carswell. Dad's a venture capitalist. Oliver was arrested several times for drug possession, once for dealing. Sounds quality. Okay. Okay, Riley, I never did. Riley Brody. Your little brother Riley. Bet you miss him, huh? That's your weakness. Don't let it get to you. I may miss my country, but I'm not losing my mind climbing up a skyscraper or riding whales bareback. Stay focused. Sam. Sam Becker. I sent them out days and Sam Becker. I sent them out. Days and weeks went by. No one returned. They are gone. The jungle took them. What does he mean by that? Oh yeah, because he's an agent. Vaas. Yeah, why are their last names different? Him and his sister. Vaas meant Montenegro. Nothing certain when it comes to Vaas. Close observation shows that he's violent and unpredictable. Rumors indicate a past connection to the Rakia. Now he works for Hoyt Volker, the slave and drug trafficker. Not exactly Santa's little helper. Did I mention he's addicted to drugs? And he has your friends. Well, not anymore. And he ain't alive no more. I think I mentioned this before, but this game is so interesting because, one, in gaming as a whole, two, in the Far Cry series, and three, in this game, Vaas is one of the biggest and the best video game villains that there has been. And that's, I mean, it's my opinion, and I think that's pretty well known and said by people. He may be the example of the greatest video game villain, kind of like in movies is the Joker or maybe Darth Vader. Sorry, I had to say something to someone. What was I saying? Yeah, okay, sorry, I went on a tangent. The crazy thing about it is that the character Vaas wasn't Alright, sorry, people are spamming my door. But it's so crazy because Vaas wasn't even originally in the game. I guess it was just supposed to be Hoyt. I know the actor, he had auditioned for the main villain Hoyt, or like a main villain role, a different villain for the game, but he didn't really fit that role, and I'm guessing it has to be the role for Hoyt, or at least some other main villain they had at the time. But they liked his performance so much that they made a whole nother villain character for him. That's why Vaas dies in like the first half or the first three quarters. What? 2/3. He dies in like the first half or first 2/3 of the game, because he's not even the one. I mean, he's not the main villain, but he wasn't even the original villain. But because the actor's performance was so good, they made a whole nother character, and not only does he overshadow for the villains in this game, he overshadows the villains in this game series, and he is probably the example of the greatest video game villain ever. So it's such an interesting thing to me. The guy wasn't even originally supposed to be in it. Like, that is so insane. Like, that is a clear example of like a great performance, a great actor. I'll say good writing, like how something that wasn't even originally meant to happen, how it births births something like this character. It's amazing. It's like this game is like, they said, like what, 15-20 hours long, 15-20 hours long of gameplay and only 20 minutes of Vaas, and yet he is said to be one of the greatest video game villains. It's so interesting to me. He definitely is the reason why Far Cry was able to come like super mainstream, or however you want to consider it, super big as it did. Willis Huntley. This data is classified. You didn't think it would be that easy, did you? So Willis, I think he's CIA. He's with Sam Becker. He dipped, like he's out this island. So okay, that's the people, the factions. Okay, let's read about the Rakyat. They're pretty important, you know, pretty prevalent right from the beginning of the game. The Rakyat have lived on Rook Island since the island's inception. Like the rocks and the sands of the beach, they are survivors, the keepers of secrets. Very few are allowed into their culture, and even less invited to join the ranks of the warrior. Okay, now the other group that we truly saw straight in the beginning is Vaas's Pirates, or the Pirates, or as my brain sees them, the Red Guys. Okay, Vaas's Pirates. This is the tale of Vaas's Pirate hordes who came to the island to rape, pillage, and steal. They wanted one thing. They wanted money, and it would be theirs, no matter the cost. Vaas holds court. The jester of Rook Island. But is your machete what lies in store? What? That was like, some of these got like weird writing to it. Hoyt's privateers. This is the tale of Hoyt's privateers, hired guns with hearts full of lead. Some hail from armies, some recruited raw. All intent, big profits from the end of your life. They are the true power of the island, and finally now, I'm sick of this song. Who is more deadly, the privateers or the pirates? I think the pirates are more trouble. Privateer, oh well, I guess because it's later in the game, more upgrades and everything, more like time behind the controller. But they've been getting smacked, that's for sure. Locations, should I really go through this? Why not? I don't know if I'm gonna read it. Okay, but the town you enter in the beginning of the game is held by the Rakyat and considered to be the last dying breath of sanity on Rook Island. The residents strive to keep Rakyat culture alive and still hope to rescue their homeland from the brink of total anarchy, but the jungle awaits outside. Bad town. Chances are no other town in the world lives up to its name better than Bad Town. Excuse me. And no other name is less imaginative. I mean, come on. Couldn't it be Dark Town, Night Town, Lost Town, Celebration? Regardless, this place is packed with privateers and pirates. Really? I don't remember seeing them. Okay, this was like a signal tower. Citra's temple is important. Citra's temple is both the place of worship and the Rakyat's primary stronghold. I'd never been inside, but recon indicates that the structure itself is one of the oldest on Rook Island. Legends tell of the great power granted by the Rakyat to their warriors. I do not know about you, but this is one of the few legends of the islands I actually buy into. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure Dennis is writing these. Jason has been inside, I'm pretty sure, but he hasn't. So at least it kept up that detail. Dr. Earnhardt's mansion. This place, once majestic mansion, was built by a British business tycoon just after World War I. He then abandoned it when he decided railroad would be a better investment. It is now inhabited by Dr. Earnhardt. Little Gauge Bridge. I didn't know I can like ride up like a ramp this bridge until that one supply quest mission where you actually do that. Little Gate Bridge was intended to be entry to a much larger canal that would allow ships to deliver their goods deep within Rook Island. Unfortunately, the waters around the area are too shallow to support large ships. No one told that to the company building the bridge, who was caught with their pants down. I guess Little Gate got water gated or monocated. It is a small bridge after all. Thirstown is a privateer stronghold at night. The Fioloni, you may hear some dubstep in the blue box. Okay. Bad guys listen to dubstep. Weapons. I don't think I'm gonna read this, to be frank. But you guys can look with me because I am curious to see this. Wild West, nice. Okay. Nice, these custom 1911s purchased by local big shots for his private army as virtually identical to those used by US Spec Ops teams. What? I'm so lost. Vaas always on the lookout for some firepower. Interceded the cargo ship, seized the handguns, and left a presence in their place. No one knows what it was, but King Kim Jong dropped dead the day it arrived. Coincidence? Do corporate lawyers have souls? Oh. Welp. 6P9, the Russian pistol. What? Okay. 2000 Eastern European firearm that managed to spread to the Rook Island like a bad case of Bulgarian beatdowns. First getting stepped on these from the Bosniak War. So it seems a lot of these weapons are gathered from like shipments coming around, like older stuff. The Ace, I really like this gun. It's an Israeli assault rifle that is described by many as an improved AK-47. Okay. All these are like bad people giving them guns. The Vector. Submachine gun stole the limelight in 2006. Supports a unique recoil system and makes it easy to control while laying on the trigger. Basically, that means you can throw lead downrange and it won't scatter all over the place. Like the dignity of an old man at a children's urinal. Nice. Super funny. How dare they say that, man? The legendary AK-47, the workhorse of armies, militias, and terror groups all over the world. The AK-47 is an assault rifle, an institution, a symbol. The gun was designed by the Reds using a contest. The winner received a gentle brainwashing. They can really be relaxing when done correctly. Okay, this guy is another favorite in this game. Another one of my favorites in the game. BZ-19 or BZ-19 is a submachine gun. Is what you get when you take bits of an AK-47, shorten it, slap on high capacity helical magazine. Okay, the process may be a bit more complex than that. Changing the letters AK to BZ took a careful thought. Okay, but the end result is a weapon that holds 64 rounds of 9mm ammunition. C4. Cool. D50. I think I remember reading this. The Diashka. I think that's how you say it. Diashka. It's a 50 caliber. It also fires 12.7mm rounds. Really just use it. Okay. F1. Bull pump assault rifle, which means the gun is shorter in length, allowing for great maneuverability. Well, and it's from France, which means it only works when it feels like it. A local warlord hired a group of former legionaries to join his private army, and they brought along a dozen crates of F1s from their regiment arms depot. Oh no. Flamethrower. No one on Rook Island really knows how a bunch of World War II era flamethrowers from Russia arrived on their shores. Use them now before they disappear in their mist. They seem pretty prevalent. The GL-94. The idea behind the puppy is that 4 is better than 1. Most grenade launchers require a reload after each shot. The GL-94 holds 4 43mm grenades, 3 in the magazine and 1 in the chamber. Grenade. Multicultural. You can't claim all the grenades are because they stole it. Like, there's gotta be. M133, Russian pump action shotgun, as opposed to. Okay. Z-9-3. It's like the strong sniper. It's a perfect weapon for when you want to kill someone. The Yugoslavian bolt action rifle is a chambered and .50 BMG, which is a bullet large enough to kill a T-Rex or explode a watermelon in Russia on what? Jeez. Mine. Molotov, the poor man's incendiary grenade. The Molotov is a nasty, cheap, and effective. Fire in a bottle can be made with any flammable liquid, a glass bottle, and some cloth. Considering how much drinking the locals like to do, it's no surprise that this stuff needed to make these plentiful. MP5. The MP5 is one of the most notorious submachine guns in the world, thanks to the appearance in action cinemas and intimate role in. Okay. Pardon my French. These German engineered weapons were part of many military and police arsenals until they became outdated and replaced by newer designs. You can find old MP5 scattered all across the Rook Island. They be scuffed. These islands, they be scuffed. MS-16 is an updated take on the American assault rifle that takes place back to Vietnam War. Today, rifles like these are commonly used by special forces, soldiers, and SWAT teams with nothing better to blow their budget on. Here we brought in mail order. Hey, not every weapon on Rook Island has a sordid history, so sue me. What is he talking about? P416. Sometimes gun makers get it right the first time around, and sometimes they blow their kangaroos off. I probably shouldn't have read that. Blow them up. Pardon my French. This time they got it right. The P416 assault rifle is an improved version of a renowned but flawed weapon. It is not cheap. It's deadly, reliable, and worth it. This gun sucks. PKM is a light machine gun from Russia. Chances are you've seen photos of these being held by grim-faced rebels, insurgents, and bodybuilders in glossy magazines. This big gun is powerful, reliable, and hard to miss. The M700, the sniper, bolt-action rifle, since it first got hit in the sea in 1962. Since then, it's gone all around the globe, seen action in Vietnam, Iraq, and Afghanistan. The recurve bow. These bows were used by the Huns, Greeks, Turks, Howdy Doody, and Dick Cheney. If a civilization kicked booty while on horseback, they probably had recurved bows. Today, recurved bows are made of fiberglass or carbon instead of wood and are more durable and reliable. Well, that's good. That's what you want. RPG 7. People say that the RPG is the most successful handheld anti-tank weapon in history, and I'm kind of afraid to disagree with those people while they're holding an RPG. This Russian-made weapon has been blowing stuff up since 1961. It's used by the armies of 40 different countries, and more than 9 million have been manufactured. That doesn't sound like a lot. I know. Actually, it's a lot. Yeah. Scorpion, the Czechs make great puppets. Oh my. It's real prevalent in these. It's kind of talk. Sorry. This submachine gun who has been helping Eastern Europeans gangsters practice the fine art of spray and pray since the summer love. Most of the V261s found on Rook Island were purchased from a Liberian arms dealer secondhand. Meaning you trade 2 hands, you get a gun. Don't ask me what he does with the extra hands. Spaz 12. This is probably like a Spec Ops Vietnam something. Okay, the Italian semi is one of the few weapons that's imported legally. It was used by private security forces hired by mining corporations that set up a shop in the 1980s. Okay. STG-90. This assault rifle is used by the Swiss Army and exported around the world. Forces in Brazil, India, and even the Vatican City uses variants of this gun, despite the fact that it comes from neither a corkscrew or a nail chop clipper. SVD, Baltazakami, can be more accurate and powerful versions of the AK-47. These are cheap Chinese knockoffs on the island. Meaning you get lead poisoning. U-100, light machine gun from Singapore. People don't typically picture Singapore as a gun maker. They don't even let you carry Durans on the subway there. Fascists, but it turns out that the U-100 is actually an impressive piece of hardware. It is extremely light and comfortable. We're done there. Ooh, I'm getting tired. Yeah. I actually just fell asleep. Dude, I just fell asleep like sitting up. Not laying on my back. sitting down with my like head forward. It's hard to explain. Anyways, transport. I'm not reading these out loud. I'm just gonna go through them. Glider. Hang gliders are for people who look at airplanes and think, what's the point of the engine? Or for people who scream as they sucked into an engine. Why did I... What? Did I read that wrong? Jet ski. Every jet ski while armed to the teeth. Now's your chance, but keep an eye out for Jinx. She wants her hairdo back, and she has a license to... Bro, what? Parachute. Parachutes aren't very common on Rogue Island. Oh yeah, and make sure to watch out for the bags and pots of plants disguised as parachutes. Bro, what? Patrol boat. I sent the two of them on patrol that day. They never came back. Just the boat floating empty. The jungle took them. Bro, what? Quad bike. Wait. Quad bikes were imported for recreation. Pirates like to their fun to be extreme, you know, like Persians, Texans, and residents of New Jersey. Shout out. Dude, it's interesting how they made like all this dialogue and text and details for these random things. The island had an economic boom. Wingsuit, top secret. Do not under any form of torture, no matter what is done to you. Tell Hollywood I stole it from a prop warehouse. Zip lines. Hey, what are you doing using electric cables as zip lines? It's not like they were placed there for you by some higher being. Kids are so entitled today. One day, one of those is going to lead straight into a volcano, mark my words. Dude, there's so much. Oh, and this is what I really wanted to read. Okay, I can hurry up. Wildlife. Got. Oh yeah, I don't really care. Dang. This is actually what I should have been doing. Okay, I'm gonna just go through. They don't say something, but it's Spider. The Spider is a master of stealth and skilled collector. Relics associated with the Spider are carefully hidden. Then is the Shark. The Shark represents strength and brutality. It is the unchallenged king of the ocean. Relics dedicated to the shark will be found underwater. Oh. Okay. It's unique. Boar. The boar is a symbol of defiance and pride. Relics associated with the boar will not be uncovered easily, so expect to do some blasting. The heron. The Vaas see the heron as a symbol of patience and long life. You must soar the heron to find relics dedicated to this majestic bird. You must soar like the heron. Okay. Dang, there's a lot of those. The letters of the walls. Okay, this is what should be read. Santo's letter. My dearest Kito, by the time you're reading this, I will be dead and you will be a grown woman. Your mother will give you this letter when she believes you are ready to read it. I can only hope that she has spoken fondly of me and that you prayed to me at the shrine as I prayed for you. We must keep ourselves busy with work and your singing the whatever. Did you sing in your time? I wonder. I hope your Japan is a place of peace and prosperity, not filled with thousands of enemies singing in the songs we sing. We must vanish into the jungles. Malaria has destroyed our ranks and we're too few to defend the lines. Major Emoji says we must be ready ourselves for the American lands on our beaches and drive them back to the graves in the water. And Victoria, okay. Dang, are all these this long? My dearest AU, I am delighted to write to you again. We have been in the jungle for a few months. It is hot and sticky, but we are filling the jungle with traps and ambush points. Major Emoji says American devils will land any day now. Private Tato says the islands all around us have fallen. The Americans are too afraid to face the battle and send plans to break our backs. I trust Major Emoji. He has been a good leader, but he drives us very hard and expects nothing but the best. We are only glad to give it. The burden and leash must weigh heavily on him. He paces at night, and when he doesn't think we see it, he talks to himself. That's what duty does to us, my daughter. It makes martyrs or madmen of us. Still something bothers him, but I cannot ask what it is. It's not my place. Private Arita Ayao. Wow. Mori's letter. Mother, we've lost 7 men since the time I last wrote to you. Itchy and Ken among them. They were like brothers. Ken was very funny. I wish you could have met him. Itchy was quiet and strong, never complaining. The men need me to be strong, and Major Emoji is becoming possessed. It isn't proper to speak of such things, but I cannot share my fears with anyone. Major Emoji has begun seeing enemies where there are none. No Americans have landed, and yet he sees them under every tree. Every bird is a nipple or a cuss. Every shadow a bomb. He even accuses us of conspiring with the enemy. I'm certain things will return to normal once we have word from home. The jungle deafens you with its ghost. Ren's letter. My brother Ito, a terrible thing has happened. Major Emoji went mad and began shooting the men. I don't know how it happened, but he was arguing with Private Tato when he killed them with his pistol and they began firing on us. We didn't know what to do. We were trying to kill the enemy, but he was our superior. We shot him. My thigh is affected and I'm fighting a fever. There are a handful of us left. It's hard to think. I am so hot. I have given my lovers to Private Isu. I can't say these names. I'm just gonna skip them. They're young and smart, and they will make sure my words will find their way to you. Like, live up. I'm sorry we argued. That's true. I'm sorry I wasn't better brother Ren. So all of these are based off. I think they said that the Japanese took over this island. It reminds me of Tomb Raider, the first of this new trilogy. They had something similar. Like that island was once taken over by the Japanese for World War II. Mogi's first letter. General Yamagata, I hope this letter finds you well on this fall day. The weather here is sticky and unpleasant. You will find it invigorating, I'm sure. Forgive me for the familiarity, but I want to be the soldier today I hear. If it were not for example, although we have never met, I have lived my life. Our discipline and loyalty to the Empire of Japan. I hope to make our emperor proud by following your steps. The Americans continue to bomb us like cowards. I have seen their smoke stacks traveling further north, skipping over us. They know better to invade us. The neck is impregnable, but they've destroyed our bunkers with lucky hits. And what the bombs haven't killed, malaria has taken. I decided to take the men to the jungle as you did in the First Great War against the Germans. My duty is simple: destroy the enemy. They shall find me ready and eager to spill their blood. Second letter. The devils and their shorties have killed many of my soldiers. I cannot tell you the anger and frustration I feel to see their planes fly over us, being unable to answer them properly with anti-aircraft fire, or watching an invisible demon like malaria ravage my ranks. I have heard stories that these islands were cursed, but I thought it was superstition. Nonetheless, until today, when Private Tato reported that the latest communications were too garbled to understand. He was so ashamed. He couldn't look me in the eyes. Private Tahoe is a good soldier. I've had the men routinely beat him to instill got what? As they should have done in basic training, but he's never risen to the occasion. Weird. His third letter. Does he have a fourth, a fifth, a sixth? Oh, okay, it's his last one. Wait. Okay, his third letter? Okay. I am disappointed in my men, General Yamagata. I thought they could weather this better, but they have not. I can only imagine what I could have accomplished had I led your men as you did when you fought against the Germans during the First World War. I'm sure I mentioned Private Tahoe. He cries like an infant when he thinks no one watches. When everyone sees, he sickens me with his weakness. He now spreads it like an illness. The other men are sad for home. They protect him, coddle him, as if he will become a man this way. I ask you, what use is a radio meant if we have no high-powered radios to receive news? Private Tahoe says the radio relays on nearby islands have been destroyed. But I blame him. Mogio's fourth letter. General Yamagata, I am shocked and dismayed to report that I have assumed was Private Tahoe's incompetence is in fact sabotage. I was suspicious that none of the long-range radios were working, so I checked them. I'm no expert in electronics, but even I could see that the tubes have been removed, the wires cut, and the batteries missing. I thought him weak, not a sabotager. He is too simple to be a spy. Regardless, he has betrayed his fellow soldiers. He has betrayed me. He has betrayed his oath to protect Japan. He has betrayed the imperial family. I'm going to execute Private Taio, and if any of the men try to protect him, I will be forced to execute them as well. Okay, Tato's first letter. My darling wife, my beautiful daughter. Wait, I hope those are two different people. I don't know why I'm writing to you. I know you never see these words. And if the imperial ancestors are merciful, you'll never know of my shame. I cannot tell you what possessed me to say, wow, those radios, but these men, they are the only family I have left. When I heard the news, I felt like my heart had been cleaved. How could I make them suffer as I have, and now I haven't told them? How could I have kept this from them? I wonder when the bomb fell, were you tending in the garden? Were you feeding? Did you feel? Did you even know it happened? Those questions, oh, and I only pray to not suffer. I pray that you died ignorant of what came. So, dang, so they knew of the nukes. My darling wife, I do not know why I keep writing to you. Perhaps I'm hoping you survive somehow. Perhaps I wish that I could have come home. If I knew my daughter waiting for me, my heart wishes it would terrible ache, but I suspect I know the truth that you are gone, and our daughter in Hiroshima. Major watches me with hateful gaze as if he knows the truth, but how can he be? Can't bear to face him. I'm afraid that if he confronts me again, I'll break down and finally tell him everything about Hiroshima. These men try to protect me from him, but what have I done? I was too scared to tell them the truth, and then now it's too late. In a moment of grief, I smashed their radios and betrayed everyone. Perhaps it's better I die. Perhaps then I could be with you. Dang, dude, if you read these in order, it's crazy. So they were talking about how they think the commander's crazy. The commander talks about this private. The private ended up destroying the radio towers in grief because he heard the news of the bombs being dropped on Hiroshima. I don't think these other guys know the war is kind of done. Shinji's letter. Little sister, these are my final words. I will commit seppuku once I finish this letter. It will be the last honorable thing I do, but before I die I must tell someone the truth. Tato betrayed us. I read his letter. He sabotaged us at the hearing of the bomb in Hiroshima. I cannot blame him. He wished to spare us from the ugly truth. The major wasn't as understanding. He executed Taito and then turned his side on anyone who protested. We fought back, killing him, and now I'm the only one left. Wow. Ren died last night from infection. I think he's the one that got hit in the leg or the thigh. It pains me to know that I had a hand in killing Major Emoji. He was once a good man. I hope our ancestors understand how dire the situation was and have mercy on me. And I hope that one day you can read these words and forgive me. Goodbye, Shinji. Haito's first letter. Haito's first letter to the Colonel Imada Vinci. I hope your family is well. I apologize for stepping outside the chain of command, but I feel the Lieutenant Colonel Yamada Mishio is not taking my word seriously, and thus unfit to continue commanding this facility and its experiments. I must report that the Project Tinke project have been much further in the Lieutenant Colonel. Instead, he has cut me out of his inner circle of advisors and have forbidden me from communicating with anyone. Have I been forced to write multiple copies of my letters and give them to a loyal soldier and scientist in the hope that one reaches you? Please, I am prisoner of the Lieutenant Colonel's ambition and unable to serve the Emperor because of the meddling. Haito's second letter to Colonel Imada Vinci. I can only assume that my previous letters and charges have leveled against Lieutenant Colonel Yamada Mashio and continuing comments have not yet reached to you. You would have seen the truth and replaced Lieutenant Colonel by now. I believe that Lieutenant Colonel has intercepted several of my letters already, and that he has sent men to search my room in secret. I see the truth of it now. He fears me. He's afraid of my success and covets the glory for himself. When Project Tank can harness the powers of lightning, the project can with the fury of the animals. He knows I will bring a new sunrise to the Empire of Japan. I fear I must protect the critical findings of my research from him, my team. I don't know what this is about now. It's confusing. To Colonel Imada Vinci, why have you not written to me? I'm sure you must have seen one of the last 67 letters I sent to you. I have been a fool, a blind, stupid fool. I confronted Lieutenant Colonel Yamada Mashio. Wait. Okay. So right now they're talking about the guy that the crazy major was messaging. He's okay, but his attempts to sabotage. But he feigned innocence and surprise. I understand now. He was not the man I had to worry about. He's too dim-witted to challenge me. It was you. You ordered him to steal my research so that you alone could reap the glory. The decoration of the Order of the Rising Sun was to be my honor, but I see now that you would want to deny me that privilege. You have condemned Japan for your hubris, and I will not let you get away. You cannot keep me silent. Okay, so this guy, I don't know who he is, but you have the guy that the major was writing to. He, according to this guy's like weak and a puppet, and he is kind of sabotaging something by the orders of the Colonel Imada Dachi in his fourth letter. He wanted to sabotage me, but he did not expect me to sabotage you. Instead, by the time you read this, I would have released infected animals in the Kuyon lab and force an overload in the tech engine. And when the Imperial Japanese armed soldiers to recover will happen, you no longer be able to hide the truth, and I'll be the hero of the Empire. I only wish I could be there to see the look on your face when they come to arrest you and when they strip your rank and drive you. I want you to remember that you call this upon yourself. Whoa. Mashia's letter to the same guy the last guy was writing to. Dear Koga Haito, attempted sabotage. Okay, the projects. But he was shot while being apprehended, and we could not question him on the reason of his actions. Fortunately, there was no real harm on the project, and I would appreciate a replacement for Dr. Kaiga as soon as possible. Oh, okay, so this is the guy that Mogi, the crazy guy, was texting. Right? Right? Let me make sure I'm right in that, so I understand what's happening. Dude, this is getting deep. I'm actually glad I read this. Oh no, these are different guys. Lieutenant Colonel Yamada Mashiro? No, these are different. So, Moji was texting the general. Now, this is a different guy. Lieutenant Colonel. Okay. 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 So, that guy, dang, I can't read the 7th one. That's the 17th one. That's the one I need. So, it's not going to be fully complete because I'm missing a letter, but still, we'll figure out next time. Herc's second. Oh, dang, okay. Should I just leave that? I kind of want to, but... So, Herc's second letter. To whoever reads this, it's Herc again. I ran out of space on the last piece of paper, so I was saying I need to stop Gerbit before he started his reign of terror too late. He already started. Gerbit's got monkeys following him like a pack, doing his bidding. It's like watching cheerleaders, man. You know the way cheerleaders move around in a pack, right? Okay, just skip that. You move like they're in slow mo. They look at you like they don't even see you totally. I guess not all of these are related. Okay, I'm not gonna do this. Okay, I taught Gilbert how to pull the pins on grenades and how to throw them. Now he's got a taste for blowing stuff up, and he's teaching other monkeys how to do it. Scratch that. I think he's teaching them how to pull the pins on grenades because he isn't teaching them how to throw grenades. Sick, right? The monkey's off the vine. Anyways, I'm following the sounds of explosions. Okay, so this must have been added for the DLC, so probably not related. So whoever reads this, I found more washed out letters from Japanese Civil War dudes. How many of them are there? Anyways, it's over. I did it. I caught Gilbert and the pack of monkeys. There weren't many of them left, and the survivors. They had the look in their eyes, the look that said, "You haven't seen. You weren't there, man. You weren't there." I've challenged Gilbert to dominance of the pack. It was the only way to save the survivors. Gilbert chose the weapons, the grenades I brought, like I knew he would. That's how I beat them, because that's one thing I think I'll ever... Okay, that's crazy. So all of these, there's like 3 different stories going on almost. and I'm kind of confused. And I don't think this letter is gonna seal any of it, but whatever. Let me hurry this up too, because I don't think this will be an hour. The memory cards be the last thing I'll look at. Again, I have one more left, and it's 16, I guess it looks like. So, memory card number 1. Barbados formula, correct numbers, including K. Their usage and sales are declining, and we recently had a bad batch that led to the deaths of nearly 24 vacationing college students. Our final assignment is at the compound. Okay, so it's probably like drugs or something, because they do sell drugs to pirates and the privateers in Hoyt and Vaas. Bendezine formula. The data was hacked from a German pharmaceutical company. It details the chemicals and equipment necessary to create this sedative. Early tests are highly promising, and the addiction rate is through the roof. Potential markets in North. Okay, this is a bunch of drug stuff. Cocaine formula. The kidnapped Colombian manufacturer is now sharing his cartel manufacturing techniques. It includes an exceptional, efficient method of growing coca leaves, turning them to paste, and from paste is the base refined to be recommend for products in Brazil, South Africa, North America, and Australia. Crack cocaine formula. The source for this formula is unknown, but it's bet that the manufacture of cocaine from the coca leaf through the use of I don't really want to be going through this. Failed drug patent 1 formula. The recent acquisition number of drug patents that failed the FDA and Europe Medicines Agency standards shows promise. Most of the compounds are highly addictive. We just need to minimize the side effects. One of the compounds is causing test subjects to expel a fecal-like material from their... Oh, wow. Failed drug patent 2 formula. Their investment into experimental military drugs continues to be a massive disappointment. All of the items are causing severely mental distress in their test subjects. One entire batch of subjects and 3 of our own people died when a compound turned to an extreme genetic modified Ebola Zyra. We recommend that all the remaining materials be incarcerated and sold to extremist groups as chemical weapons. Wow. Failed drug patent number 3. The only issue is its lack of addictive. Jeez. GHB formula. Purchased from Club Chemical. This is messed up. Data purchased from Afghan drug lord. Ketamine. I really don't like this. That one's is missing. Efforts to blackmail. Opium formula. So I guess it's all the info on the drugs that Hoyt is kind of producing and making. Oh nice, you could read the story info. Okay. When the skydivers approached the island at a terminal velocity, it looked like paradise. A lush green dot growing larger in blue Pacific waters, but when Jason and his friends landed, they found hell hiding beneath the jungle canopy. Now Jason must rescue his captured friends from two insane warlords and their numerous soldiers. Luckily, he doesn't fight alone on the island where hero and hope have become four-letter words. From a beautiful rebel leader to an inconvenient doctor, Jason will need all the hope he can get to save his friends and himself. Cool. Alright, I think I'm done. Cool. Well, that's part, I think it's 10.5. Dang, dude, that was a while, and I fell asleep for like, I don't know, like 10 minutes, 10-20 minutes probably. But anyways, that took some out of me, but Far Cry 10.5, it's kind of like a weird video, a weird in-between video. In the next video, I will be finishing Far Cry 3. Just to throw that out there again, so it's sure, the relics, I am for sure probably not going to be showing that. I don't doubt that in the future, if I'm bored, I might go back on the game and like just go around collecting them. I'll probably post I'll probably post something on YouTube post or a picture or whatever somewhere of me getting that achievement. And getting, I'm pretty sure it'll be 100% on the game file too. I'll show that if I ever do that. Probably it might not even happen, but I'm gonna get all the memory cards next video, get the last letter memory card, DOC, finish that up. What else? Whatever's left besides the relics, then I'll finish the main missions and we'll finish the story. After that, I don't doubt that there might be another like Far Cry 3 thing if I care to. Probably something with the outpost. And I might, if I ever want to come back to the game, I'll probably restart the outpost after the game's finished and probably do stuff with the outpost. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this part. Thank you for watching. God bless. Goodbye. God bless and goodbye always.